Kaizer Chiefs do battle against Polokwane City in this weird Saturday afternoon where Pirates, on one hand, are busy distributing very warm hands to Amazulu in the league as they play us next. And on the other hand, you also have Mamelodi Sundowns, who are playing their second leg semi-final match of the of the CAF Champions League. And it's now Chiefs who are obviously going to play the last game of the day. Sundowns, on the other hand, are winning 1-0, 2-0 on aggregate. And then you have Pirates, who are currently winning the game 3-0. And, of course, Mfukeng scored the goal. It's bad. Like, once Mbutuma scores a goal, Guti, that team is there for the taking. I watched Amazulu not yesterday. I watched Amazulu Sankhohle when this was. I was like, these guys are very open. And it's just a thing of, sometimes it's unwatchable because how, like this game, for example, that Pirates have scored a goal. Umbutuma guys was marked by 4 defenders, yet he still scored. That's why South African football is just so disappointing because, we watch subpar football every single weekend, and it's like, I was even trying, I was trying to watch that first half of that game, and I couldn't. I ended up, I stopped watching. I took a walk, which took me like 20 to 30 minutes, because I would rather have a walk than watch how that team was playing. Anyways, we're not talking about Pirates and Amazulu, but we're talking about Chiefs. Forgive me for my energy. I am really tired. Yes, I'm tired. It's incredible how tired I am. But business must go on. And we're going to talk about this starting 11. And parts of it that actually confused me, because trust me on that one, there are parts of me that are getting confused by the starting 11. Not too many changes, but the changes that are there are significant, or rather the change that is there is significant, because why don't I think it will work? What do you mean, why don't I think it will work? What will work? I don't understand. As you are joining in, please subscribe to the channel. If you are new, like the video if you've already subscribed. Now, this lineup concerns me in one aspect, and it has nothing to do with this game specifically. So the lineup is exactly as it was in the previous game, with 2 changes. Simango coming on for Miguel, Ele coming on for Undlovu. Now, those are by no means bad players. Msimango is not a bad player, Ele is not a bad player. In fact, he came in and he played well. But now, oh yeah, I see you are talking to Chiane, sorry. So I'm saying that what worries me about Msimango starting over Miguel is that, what does that mean? Does it mean that they are starting Msimango over Miguel because Miguel is going to play next week? Or does it mean they benched in the previous game, they benched Msimango to rest him so that he can play in the derby? So like today is him being readied finally for next week, so they just didn't want him to play 3 games in a row? Or is it a situation of, no, they're actually resting Miguel today so that he can come back? If that's the case, I'm okay if they are resting Miguel. But if it has nothing to do with resting Miguel, then I have a problem. I really have a problem. Sundowns are on their last 10 minutes of their game on the other side. So are Pirates. Sundowns are kicking the ball now to avoid any late surprises. I'll take my comments in and I will keep on reading them before the game starts. Entlek iti is saying Ola Khosi awe. Uchane is saying Mabue and Ele's combination. I don't think it's going to work. Oh, that's why you were asking. Why don't you think it will work? Tell us. Sabelo is asking if we watched Mabue when he was playing with Tel. Tell us, Phela Khosi. Tinangit, we don't know. We want to hear from you. You are the one who said you don't think it's gonna work. So please explain to us. What happened to Chislet? I didn't even check the reserves. Let me check the reserves. Who's sitting on the bench so that we can see. Just gonna go to the group Chiefs and see. So Chislet is not even on the subs. That is something. On the subs, there is Frosla, Miguel, Mtetwa, Ngobo is back on the subs. Sereno, Mayo, Vilagazi, Batman. This is what we always talk about, though, isn't it? Uguti, sometimes one of the biggest problems we have is that there are changes that just happen and you can't put your finger on and say, this is why they made that change, right? So I think this is one of those where maybe even they don't know, right? Maybe they even don't know why they benched Uchislet to not even benching Uchislet. Thought there was some momentum they were building. So it's interesting that Uchislet is not even in the bench today. So that's crazy to me, at least. Shenflex is saying, Pilo, Kunjan put these coaches, they like to experiment when we play crucial games. Yeah, I wonder today if it's overconfidence or maybe they are saving Chislet for next week. But you would think if you want a player to have confidence, you give him more game time in small matches so that when we play big matches, then he comes in, he's full of confidence. Because Batman, I can bet you he won't be on the bench for the Soweto derby. Think he's on the bench today so that he can get some game time, but he won't be there in the Soweto derby. So I find that very, very interesting. And then Gladstone is saying coordination below awe. Yes, Mangaliso Onjalo Gianni, tell us why is the situation? Undikhokhele Solweni is saying molweni maqela ndimlo apha eMtata Eastern Cape. Welcome, Khosi. Usbusiso is saying is Batman striker or attacking midfielder? All of the above. He can even play as a winger depending on the coach's preference, but he can play anywhere across the front three, Batman. Because I remember very well in his days at Polokwane City, he was actually playing as a striker. He was up front. But then again, I won't lie to you and say I've watched him play. I haven't watched him play a lot of games except that one, so I wouldn't know exactly what's his best position. I know the position or a position that I've seen him play. Ronald Dramaruma is saying, wait, I am happy because they are playing Ele and Mabo in midfield. It's a straight win for me. And then Ufigile is saying, I hope Chiefs is okubega neform yayo. I think that goes without saying. The Chiefs will win this game. Like, obviously, this is a better opponent, right? Obviously, this is a better opponent, and it probably might not be as easy as the previous games, but I still think Chiefs will win this game, and I think they will do so comfortably as well. I'm not forcing like a 5-0 or something, but I think Chiefs will win this game. I think Chiefs should be winning this game. It's easy enough. Utapelo is saying Lelepo needs to score. Did he not score in the previous game? He just skipped one game where he didn't score. How to watch the game? We're watching it on DSTV on my side. I don't know about other people. Usmangaliso is saying, me Nampilo, I'm looking forward to seeing the double pivot combo. Hope they'll keep giving it and go, even if it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, Estrella isn't 100% yet. Ucele has been 100% for a while now. It's just that they didn't want to play him because of their beef with him. So Ucele has been 100% all along. So I want to see what's going to happen, Vele, because we have two very capable midfielders in there. And the thing is, Fawa News. What is Fawa News now? Olampilo Kushulethi, almost Olelo is saying, salute Khosi Nation. I feel like there's understanding between Mabue and Ndlovu being the hard worker. I'm not sure ngocele. You know, Guti, it's actually the other way around. When you play Ndlovu and Mabue is the one who works harder. I think there is this misconception, or rather, it's a profiling. Ndlovu, when he played at Super Sport, he was hard working, hard running. But at Chiefs, he's not been doing much hard running because he's on the ball a lot. To a point that sometimes defensively he looks like he's lacking to a certain extent. So I don't know, man. I think that I am one person who thinks that we can get a lot more from Ndlovu than than what we are currently getting, because this thing that a lot of people wish Ndlovu had, which is the hard running and the hard working, I think that if he gave us that value, we would be in such a good midfield that would become untouchable. And I think he can reach that gear. It's just that how is he going to get there? Just a bit more urgent, maybe. Like it makes him more dangerous, because what actually happens when Chiefs attack, Ndlovu is the first one to go forward. Of the two, between him and Mabue, Ndlovu is the one who goes forward more. So he has this offensive responsibility, which, as I've said a lot of times, I think it could be better. Like, I really think Ndlovu is a lot better than his current output for us. That brings us to Ulindo Gutlu saying, watch the game on Fawa News. Saying, I'm interested. Saying, check Utino Fawa News. Fawa News.sc. Bogutinde. Hey, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. Oh, I don't see anything. I thought I was going to find something. There's nothing. Back to homepage. Oh, there are games. Suppose was saying, Belo, I'm expecting a difficult game, but I believe Chiefs will win. Can you tell Junior and Bob to sign Matuludi? Says from Arrows. You guys, yeah, sometimes because you guys think I know these people and we're buddies, and I can just say, hey, bro.
King scored against Matuludi.
No, I don't know them like that. And even if I did know them like that, oh yeah, there is a website, Shem, which I'm not promoting. Someone has commented about a website where you can watch the game for free, but hey, I did not watch it there. inamakeba amaningi. That's interesting. Okay. So mbongeni kulindo kuhle because he's saying something that might be useful to some people. Amogelang is saying what's up, Mpilo, long time. Yeah, I haven't seen a comment from you like in a while. I know, yeah, when I know people who always comment, and when I don't see their comment, I'm like, I know I can say with someone is not commenting anymore. Lorenzo is saying, Tampilo, I am from Cape Town. Ekapalodum. Utapelo is saying, I wish Peterson doesn't concede. You and me both. Like, it's really cruel for a team to score 4 goals and for the keeper to still concede, because it's like, you are clearly better than these ones. Like, beat them to a point where it doesn't feel like they ever had a chance of even coming back. So, yeah. Pirates' match is over on the other side, and Sundowns' match is into the additional 6 minutes. And now, I will tell you now, Sundowns this time around are going to win this Champions League. That's just a side note. Sundowns are going to win the Champions League, and that's that. You know what's funny? The funniest thing of them all is the fact that in this very season, the fans of Sundowns wanted Cardoso gone, and now Cardoso is going to win them the Champions League, a second star, without a backdoor. All Life with Animals is saying Velepali is also out, but I get it. Siren and Batman, they haven't been playing. It's just for the game time to keep the dressing room happy. Yeah, but this is the thing that we talk about. That's why you don't need to have a big squad for vibes. Every player who's in the team must know their position. You can't just bring someone back to the... You can't bring someone back to the bench because you want to make the dressing room happy. At what cost? Because Pelabo Velepai, Bebe Kona, Abaseko, Abo Chislet, Bebe Kona, Abaseko. What's the criteria you clearly pinch in? Is it not, let's have the best squad possible in the match day squad, in the starting 11? Why is it not based on that? Why is it based on player management? Because then you lose a match. You lose a match with your player management. Fans don't care about players being happy. They don't. Fans want to see you win matches. So once you start telling us who you are managing players at a cost of losing matches, we are already losing your plot. So, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. No, I actually know how I feel about that. I don't think it makes any sense, to me at least. Uriya Moheletso Musia is saying, I think Tsele will give us something. I am actually waiting, Nami, like eager is the word I'm looking for. I am eager to see how that combination is going to work. And what if it works really well? What does that mean then about the derby? Because there's a part of me that feels like what's this thing? I wonder if the coaches have already decided the lineup for the derby. Because coaches know who's their best team by now. And that might probably mean Undlovu Namabu play together in midfield. Umandla Shabalala saying, I don't agree with you, Mpilo, about Tsele. He needs to wait his chance, but looks like you are prophet of doom for Kaizer Chiefs. I want to call manje into engekho. Ngitheni mina? Ngitheni ngocela? Ngitheni ngocela ungiphikisa ukuthini, because what did I say about Ucele? What did I say about Ucele? That is a prophet of doom. Ni emotional, and the weird thing is that a lot of people who are watching this channel are all the people who you expect not to get this emotional about everything. If someone has an opinion that's different from you, they're a prophet of doom, they hate Chiefs, they hate this, they hate that. So, you can say you disagree with me and state your points. You can't now give me a label just because I have this opinion and you have that opinion. Because, man, you are saying I must agree with you or I'm a prophet of doom. To me, that does not make any sense. Because you can say, no, Ucele is a good player, and I can say, because I didn't say he's bad. From the start of this video, I've been saying Ucele is not a bad player, and I talked about Tundlovu. I think we can get more because he's good. Me saying we can get more from a player and not saying he's bad, that's me actually saying he's a good player. We can get more from him. And I was talking about Tundlovu. Ucele, the question that was asked is, what has been happening with Ucele? And I said, Ucele has been fit for a long time because I know that Ucele has been fit for a long time because I know people who work at Chiefs who know what is happening there, who know the players who are fit and players who are not fit, who knows the conversations that have gone on, who have preview information about what is happening within the club. I know izinto, and when I say ngiyazi ukuthi Ucele has been fit for a while, it's because Ucele has been fit for a while. But he wasn't played because he said something to the coaches that they did not like. So for a while, he was put on the side. Initially, was suspended. And that was also hidden because they're not going to tell you that Ucele disagreed with the coaches in training. They're not going to tell that in public because it's going to give... it's gonna give an impression that there's a division in the dressing room, and you can't run a football club and let people think there's division in your dressing room. So they're obviously going to hide that information, but some of us can still get that information from people. So it's not that, and there's no player that I've said anything negative about since this video started. So I understand why saying a prophet of doom manje. Wake up is saying, Bilo, don't forget how Cele used to be our destroyer and ball keeper when he first came to Chiefs. I think Cele and Mabu are going to be a better combination compared to Mabu and Love. This is the thing, Vele, if we're talking about Cele, since we're bringing up Cele, he's a player who has actually not... I think he started very well at Chiefs. And just like it's been with a lot of other players, you start well with Chiefs, but then you are like the star and the only star, and you are expected to carry Chiefs with everything. And then you get tired. Because now you are undroppable. They can't even put you on the bench because they know if we drop this one, is the only player who's performing. So they don't drop you, but in them not dropping you, you are now in a position where you pick up injuries, which is what happened to Cele, which happened to Mtutuzi, which happened to Serino, which has happened to a lot of players at Chiefs. It's the same thing that happened to Cele. But now that he's back, I am now hoping that he's going to actually perform and do very well. So I hope that that's the case, because at the end of the day, the other thing that you need is, if you look at Lilepo's position, right? Ulilepo at Chiefs is undroppable. You can't drop Ulilepo. That is why, even though you'll find people saying Lilepo is selfish, Lilepo shoots when he's not supposed to shoot, but Lilepo will never get dropped. You know why? Because when the chips are down, when everything is going wrong, he's one player who can come up with something amazing, Gusuma Balandela, Shaikul, and all will be forgiven. So you don't want that in a team either. You understand? Because now you have Ulilepo, who has very good shooting, and has got some very good goals. But sometimes he just does it. And you can't drop him at any point, because if you drop him, then who's going to win you matches out of nothing? Like I always refer to this thing, or of late, I've been referring to that goal he scored against Gala and Suguti. That goal came from nothing, and I was like, hey man, this guy. So those coaches, they know very well, Guti, if there is one player they can't drop, it's Lilep. And then Ulindo Gutle is saying, Ele or Mabue going to score today. I mean, I won't lie to you. with Ucele and Mabu, I'm not really like measuring their outputs on goals and assists. If you are a 6, for me, you should just help us keep the rhythm of the game. If we want to start moving the ball quicker, I need my 6s to do that. If we want to slow the game down, I need my 6s to do that. When it comes to creativity and scoring goals, I'm talking my 10, right winger, left winger, striker, and the fullbacks. Everyone who gets forward, like the fullback which is on the right, Umunyan. Those are the people I'm expecting goals and assists from. The 6s, this is me. This is not saying this is the only way of looking at things. But for me, I want to see Umabuwe to, okay, Umabuwe had 5, 10 line-breaking passes. Umabuwe received the ball this many times. He progressed the ball this many times. And he won duels this many times. Yabo, when they were trying to dispossess him, he wasn't dispossessed. So, basizile to keep the ball, basically. Ucele, and then Life with Animals is saying, do you think Chiefs have already found a coach for next season? And who would you like to see? I've said this before, Kosuguti. I heard, the last information that I got from Chiefs, not the management, but about Chiefs, from the people who are there every day, is that the third win, you see the third win in a row that we got, I think we're playing Opit, yes. When we won against Opit, the management started thinking more about keeping the 2 coaches. So the initial thing that had happened is after losing to Pirates, the situation was not great. And then after losing to Richards Bay, they started talking to coaches. Now we are the 3 coaches that were approached. One of them is Mangoba Mngiti, that they talked to, who was keen to coming to Chiefs, to a point where he was also going to accept working with Ukhalil and Kaz as his assistants. And then there was another coach from abroad who was also contacted, but they just they did not get to agreeing things. Those are the 2 that I know about, Mangoba and then that other coach. Anyone else, like Peter, I've never heard anything about him. But the message right now that I'm getting is that the recent winning streak by Chiefs has made Chiefs, making Chiefs really consider keeping these coaches for next season. What that means about the hunt for the new coach, well, I guess your guess is as good as mine. Or rather, should I say, it's clearly not going to be them wanting a coach then if they are currently, or they currently think that those 2 guys are good enough to continue running the team. So that's the thing. Amhelang is saying, well, over-relying on Lile will backfire someday because what if he gets injured? It already happened. It did happen. In fact, it led to the start of that decline in form, if you remember. You remember that time when we're playing against, and that annoyed me because I was at the stadium on that day. We're playing Simba in the Confederations Cup, and Lilepo got injured, I think on the 34th minute. He got injured, and the score was already 3-0. So Chiefs were clearly winning that game, and they were dominating that game as well. So Uvelepa ended up coming on Vele, having a solid game. But Lilepo gets injured on the 34th minute, and the coaches don't take him off. He falls for the second time. They don't take him off. He falls for the 3rd time. They don't take him off. He ends up limping off, and then he doesn't come back. And that's when we started losing matches. We lost matches, and our form was not good. I'm like, I did say this, don't force a player to play with an injury, because then he's going to be out for longer if the injury gets worse. And that's exactly what happened to Lelepo at that time. Even with Ucele now, he was being played with injury. And the thing is with players as well, one thing I also remember that the club never said, disclosed in public, is that when we were playing last year, in that run for the Nedbank Cup, Ucele was injured. He was playing with painkillers and all of that because he didn't want to sit on the bench and while the team was trying to win the cup, even in the final. And you saw a gradual decline. Okay, Cele is no longer as smooth as he was because there was that injury that he had. So it became a thing. So because of that, the thing with injuries is once you have one, it can cause another one. Like for example, I know I'm not an athlete, but I injured my knee a few weeks ago. I think 4 weeks ago. So when that knee got injured, then it was like, okay, it's better now. But I already have an injury on my left knee. That's an older injury. So I ran. When I was running, I made my right knee worse. But now I wasn't going to stop because I was already running, which was a stupid thing to do. I continued running. So now my right knee was weak. So now I was putting more pressure on the left knee. So that led to my left knee getting injured as well. So it's like the same thing that happens, Uguti. When one muscle is weak, your body then naturally recruits other muscles to compensate for the injured part, right? So that's what ended up happening again. These injuries came as a result of the first one that he had towards last season, and because of that, he's here. Wola Mpilo Nation kusho umuzi kajama. Wola muzi, I was really happy last week to see my best last right back assisting. Yeah, hopefully he keeps that up, and hopefully he's not doing this because he's playing for his contract. Tabo Mtimunye is saying, Olampilo, I think this is a good first lineup for Chiefs. It is. It's not like Chiefs has Yabona, even if right now you were to make more changes, like bring on Abo Batman as starters, and it would still be good. If you bring Nabo Mfundo, it would still be good. Chiefs has a lot of good players. Chiefs has a lot of quality players. So yeah, there is no complaint about this lineup. Spiwe is saying Olampilo, and Ayanda is saying I would really like to see Batman. He will play. I think he will play because I think he will play. I think he will definitely play. And I feel bad for Batman, shame. For all the fighting that happened to get him to Chiefs, and now all of a sudden he's not playing. Right? It's just weird. But anyways, yeah. UTJ Motives is saying, Eitampelo, as predicted, Ndlovu dropped, but not from Tetwa. And Miguel safe for the derby as Msimango starts. Same front three kept. Yeah, we're not DJ Motive. I'm really hoping that Miguel is rested for a derby, and it's not Miguel. I mean, it's not Msimango, who was actually rested on Wednesday so that he doesn't play 2 games in a row, and all of that. So that's the thing. I still want to see Umteto at some point in this game. Not because he's going to score, but we need a destroyer in the derby. Abomfukeng Laba, once they start, they get going. And I don't know if you guys notice one thing. Pirates has an appetite for goals. Like, those guys have an appetite for goals. Like, if we go to, and I know good to play in Polokwane. Let me see. Let me go to Orlando Pirates. So if you look at Orlando Pirates, yeah, matches, they just won 3-0. They scored 3 goals. Previous game, they scored 2 goals. Then against Arrows, they scored 5. Against Galaxy, they scored 6. So in the past 3 games, past 4 games, 6 plus 5, that's 11, plus 2, that's 13. 16 goals in 4 matches. 16 goals in 4 matches. Yeah, Nati will score 12 in 5. But what Pirates are doing, once they get going, they get going. And that is why I need Umteto in the derby, because he will be able to disturb them. He will be able to prevent them from playing. So that is why I have that smaller anxiety of why are they not giving him time yet. But excuse me, if you have Umabuo who can work hard, that probably gives you that sort of assurance ukuthi you might be fine, so I hope that works for them. Ukalm is saying, who will be a threat from Polokwane City? Can I make a confession to you? I have no clue. Like, I really have no clue. Last
Improvement.
time we played Polokwane City, I did not see anything that threatened. Even though our policy was still with them, it did not even look threatening. And whenever I've watched Polokwane City play, I get bored again. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know who can threaten us. But by looking at Polokwane's season matches that they've played, let me see. Polokwane City. I just want to see their squad, who has the highest rating. I'm sure it's going to be Matulud, but Nakon Matulud is a right back. So if your most dangerous player is your right back, it's a problem. Squad, okay? There's nothing to see here. Market value, contract. There's actually nothing to see here. Top players. Yeah, their top player is, all of the three of their top players are defenders. Matuludi, Nikani, no Nkaki. Those are their top players, and they are all bad. I mean, they're all defenders. I almost said bad. They're all defenders. In terms of goals, I guess the player who's going to be a danger based on this is Ubonkosi Dlamini, because he has 3 goals and 3 assists. So that's 6 goal contributions, right? So Dlamini is the player to look out for. And in this game, is he playing even? I think he is. He's a midfielder. Udlamini, yes. So Dlamini. Let's see, the starting lineup for Polokwane City is, as you can see here, Matebula in goal, Nkaki. Wait a second. Matulud is not even available for this game, actually. Matulud is not even available for this game, so I must change that. So Nkaki plays today. I think Matulud is suspended or something. No, he's there. What am I talking about? But they wrote him as if he's playing as a left back. That's just crazy to me. Could that be the case unless they are playing a back 5? Okay, this is just crazy. And it says Matulud is at left back. So kesibona imhlola ke namhlanje. So kesibona imhlola. And then phambili it's Chikweta and Ramabu. So Ramabu is up front. Yeah, and Ramabu now has 4 goals for them. So yeah. And then their right winger today is Mutuza. Mutuza. Is it Mutuza or Mutuza? Mutuza. And then Mapangule plays with Lord Kambala. And then at the back, Uriamacha Nonkwe. At the back, it's Ramaja and Kwe. So they also made some changes now to their lineup. Also made some changes to their lineup. So Ramaja and Kwe are playing as the 2 center backs. Matuludi and Kakiki are the ones who are... I'm going to swap them because I've never seen uMathuludi play any other position except that one. So that's the starting lineup. And Nadlamini Loyo is not. Oh yeah, he's there, the left, the midfielder there. So that's the player to look out for. I just wonder if they're not going to make Mathuludi and Dlamini attack at the same side, because that side would then become the most dangerous for them. It's Urus Mangaliso is saying nothing stresses me out like the convo around Chiefs getting a coach. The idea of this guy staying on as coach, Ian Wondis. The idea of these two guys staying as coaches, I'm slowly accepting it, because I know Guti, I don't like it, but I'm accepting it because I can clearly see that it's something that is most likely happening. So it is what it is. Yeah, Ramabu can be dangerous. He can be, but Daniel Ratebe is saying hello Mpilo or Hatebe. I'm from Northwest. Potchefstroom, Rise, Khosi, Rise. DJ Motive is saying number 4 and 5 dropping points means we can consolidate that third spot. I was never in doubt about the third spot in Minchele. Yabona, there is this thing of, you know that your team can be bad, but at the same time you're like, surely you can't get that bad, right? So it was that thing of Chiefs. Suguti, I've always looked at them and said, nah man, even with these coaches, as bad as they've been for Chiefs, I've never thought that they would fail to get top 3. Because with the squad the Chiefs have, we are good enough to be competing for the league. Like, obviously wouldn't win it, but we're good enough to have been or should have been in the conversation for the league, and maybe drop off because we lost to Sundowns and we end up being 4 points behind, dropping points against. But it's not like, oh, Sundowns are so much better than us. They are much better than us, but not to the level of we should be how many points behind them as it stands right now. We're like, oh yeah, we're 11 points behind Sundowns. You understand? Same number of games, 11 points behind them. That shouldn't be the case with the quality of the players. With the quality of the players that we have. Uyang is saying, I just feel like Chiefs gonna keep these coaches next season still in there pulling high as the management. Exactly. I've been saying, Wuti, make peace. If you are from the camp that thinks that the coaches are going, you need to start making peace. Like, for the sake of your mental health, accept it. They are not going anywhere. That's as simple as that. They are not going anywhere. Ushan Flex is saying, which position do you play? No, I don't actually play. I was running, like actual running on road work. So and in fact, my running, the road work that I did, usually in any case, I go to gym. So at gym, usually I just run 20 minutes, like low to moderate pace, like 8 kilometers per hour at 2 for the incline, right? So I usually do that 20 minutes per day, but I then wanted to tell these boys that I coach, Uguti, I want them to be match fit, because we played one game, because we're still in pre-season. Our season starts next week, Sunday. So I was like, okay, what I want to see is you perform, yeah? I want to see you play to the best of your ability, but you are not fit. So yes, we train, we try, we can't, unlike professional football where they train every day and skip match days and rest days when depending on the situation. For us, we train Tuesday and Thursday. That's not nearly good enough for everything to be done. So I then said we must run. I told them they must run, do road work, so that at least they improve their endurance, so that they can last longer in matches without getting tired. So then as a coach, I was like, okay, I've told you, but I'm also going to do it myself. I said, we're just going to run 45 minutes for a half, so that at least each of you is able to play half. Like, it's bare minimum, because this thing of you're holding your knees after 10 minutes, you can't do that. So then I ran. But I was recovering from an injury, so I made myself worse. But I made the point, which is, if I can do it, you can do it. And you're an athlete, I'm just a coach. Asanda is saying, I still believe that Peterson is not ready. Why do you say that? Because All Life with Animals is saying we need someone who will take the final decision, not co-coaching, trying to accommodate each other. Even if they keep these two coaches, but we need someone who will be the head coach. Yeah, that is, you sharing my sentiments, because I was saying that co-coaching, I was never a fan of it. I was saying it even when Rulani and Mangoba were co-coaches at Sundowns. I don't know how that works. Like, who are the players supposed to listen to? I've been in a lot of leadership positions, church, school. I mean, you can tell when you have two leaders, the people that you are leading end up having to, they decide who they like more, and that's the person they will listen to. That's just human nature. So if players, as an example, like Kaizer more, that means they will listen to what he says to them. If players like Khalil Ben Youssef, they will listen to him more. Like, here's an example. When I was doing my SAFA-D license last year, what happened is we were two instructors. One, his name is Jose something, forgot. He just told us Coach Jose. Still gonna be my instructor, by the way. Maybe, I think. So what happened is, then there was another one, Coach White. Both very good, both very knowledgeable, both very well versed, obviously, with the game and everything. So they were very good at teaching us, like both of them. They were very good. Right? But now, the problem that we then had is that within our group, the other people that we're with, some people were saying, I prefer Coach Whitey. Others were like, no, you should listen, take this from Coach Whitey, take this from Coach Jose. I'm like, there it is. People, because Coach Jose is from Magesi, and he can speak in your language as well. So some people were preferring him because they felt like they could relate to him. Coach Jose was saying things the way that he says them, and he wanted them to be done his own way. Like, for example, that after training, there is that thing, players have to jog, light jogs, and then they come back with stretch, static stretching. In the training kit, not training kit, like, because we write a training plan, this is how we're going to train and all of that. He taught us, it's called a warm down. If you wrote cool down, he would say it's wrong, because he wants you to say it like how he said it. So it was like, people, why are you saying? Yeah, but so people ended up choosing what they chose, because it depends on what people prefer. Okay, next comment. The goals of Pirates, Ramab can be dangerous. I would like to see Frostlight, Beauty Cross, someone. Oh, Omufunu Cross. Life, I'm saying Ramab can be dangerous. And then Ulife with Animals is saying the goals of Pirates are useless. They will not win the league, unfortunately, before us, Mpilo. And before us, and Mpilo, trust me, Kaizer Chiefs will win against Pirates and Sundowns. I don't know if you've seen Sundowns play. Pirates, we can get a draw, maybe even a win because it's a derby. If Sundowns, we get a draw, I'm happy because Sundowns is too much. Next, Useluleko is saying, Pilo, what do you think about the right back of Magesi that scored against us in Mfukeng? Luyamfana uyadlala just udlalela i-team wrong. And usise we-Arrows, uge wa-reporter something about him coming to Kaizer Chiefs. Mina, I don't remember talking about Cisse coming to Chiefs. One thing I know about Cisse that I've seen is that he still has a lot to learn. He still has a lot to learn. I'm not going to lie to you. He still has a lot to learn. And I don't think it would be a good idea for him to come to Chiefs right now. Maybe another season at Arrows. Then he can come to Chiefs. I don't think Cisse should be coming to Chiefs now. Because to me, I'm not going to lie, the games where I've watched him play, he looks neat and clean. Issue is, he still has noticeable mistakes that can be very costly. So, because at Polokwane, you don't need to make 10 mistakes, especially for Chiefs, especially playing at the level the Chiefs are playing at. You want the team to play and be in this thing. Asanda is saying Peterson was limping in the last game. Didn't see that. Don't tell me that the game is about to get delayed again because there's a problem with the lights. Because we went through the same thing last week at FNP. Because namanje, the lights are off. But we know electricity is there because inside the lights are on. Those ones, the other ones are on. What's going to happen? I think it's fine. I hope it's fine. The game is about to start. The game is starting.
Youngsters that have started 2 seasons ago, they seem to be,
Okay. So we are underway then. Chiefs are playing, wearing our powerful kit, the yellow one, and then yellow shorts, but the gray. We just balloon the ball forward in the very first seconds. Polokwane City, I wonder if they did this because they want to, I don't know why. They just decided it would be better if they played in the smaller stadium. It feels like, it's two things that I get, I don't get, Jal. The first one is that it's a smaller pitch. Maybe it's not going to be as comfortable for Chiefs. Maybe that's why. Because it's not like it's small stadium and there's more Polokwane City fans. I would have really loved to hear, this is interesting. Uduba is playing on the left today. Ulilepo is starting on the right. So that's very interesting. Let me swap them around because this is how they've started. They've started with Ulilepo playing on the right, and then Utuba is playing on the left. So that's interesting. It's a way to go, be unpredictable, but I'm sure at some point they will swap. It looks like we have a corner routine today. I need to write notes. How am I going to write notes? I'm going to write them on my phone. I was saying, did we foul someone? Chiefs versus Polokwane. Chiefs versus Polokwane. And Chiefs will be playing all of their remaining games. I think there's one more at home, but the rest are away matches. Which, for Chiefs, it's not really away matches because it's Chiefs. Everywhere that team plays is home. That's why they said they are holding off always home. Let me see upcoming matches for Chiefs. Sekhukhune away, Sundowns away, Amazulu away. The last home game is cheaper, which is, oh, that's the last game. The season is over, Mos. So we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games after this. Pirates, Sundowns, Sekhukhune, Amazulu, Chiefs. Cheaper. This is like they were trying to get us to not make it. Because, I mean, why are we playing Pirates and Sundowns, Sekhukhune, Amazulu? Literally 4 of the teams that were within the top 5 were playing them all in the last few games of the season. It's almost like it was some kind of sabotage. Let's make sure they don't finish the season well. Someone is saying, Molekwa is saying, this is the exact start that we needed. Molekwa is saying, we're just improvising there at the back four. Original is saying, do you think Duba experiment will work in the derby? It will. Because he will still give you the hard work of dropping, but at the same time, when we need to go forward, he's deadlier than Umodi. Of course, I won't be surprised if in the derby they bring back Umodi, but that would just be crazy. But right now, what I know is that Utuba in that position, it will give you more than what Umodi currently gives you. I want to see this dynamic. I will have this discipline, yeah? Today, I will watch the game 5 minutes and then come to your comments without reading a single comment, then watch 5 minutes, come to your comments. Sometimes I miss some moments because I'm busy just reading comments and not necessarily fully engaged with the game. So I am fully engaged with the game. I'm trying to think, Uguti, on the left, why would they want Utuba to play on the left for the derby? On the left. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, though. It does make a lot of sense why Utuba would be played on the left in the derby, because Ulilepo is not as defensive as Umodi, if Umodi doesn't play the derby, then Utuba does play in that position. So Utuba can do the up and down the line because Ukros stays back. On the right, Ulilepo can just tuck in the middle and add numbers there. And then Munyanege will do the overlapping when you have the ball. So I think that's why they've played Utuba on the left. They have the derby in mind. Let me write that point because... we almost scored a crazy goal. Uchiane ended up not answering why he said Ucele no Mabua won't play. I was waiting for his explanation because I've never seen them play together, so I couldn't have said they won't work together. So I wanted to know because ngifuna ukubona manje ukuthi who's dropping and who's doing what. Because these are like the two players like in keeping the ball, two of the best players we have who can keep the ball. It's a set piece, so I can read my comments. Utobuqolo is saying we need a proper head coach, a proven one that is known for winning trophies. Kurina Krimo. Utizolin is saying below, can you share your prediction of the match? Prediction man of the match. Man of the match, Vele, who do I think it would be? Ucele might have a good game. Ucele might have. And also, I think there's bias to seeing midfielders being... Because I think it hinges on him, no Mabuwe, how the team performs. Like the sixes, the pivots are the most important parts of our game. So it hinges on them. You expect them to be the ones who do the things. Lilepo, score. To a score. But there had a good dip. It went up and down. UTJ Motive saying Lilepo looks very lively in the opening exchanges. Yeah, he's back to his usual position. Uleti saying, yeah, thank you, Uleti, for explaining. Yes, please, every time someone asks me to show the game live, please explain to them because, I've explained it so many times, Uguti. No, I can't do it because... yeah, thank you, Leti. Oh, yeah, moderator as well. They are on a counter. They were asking for a penalty. We almost considered. We almost considered a pen there, but the ref was there. He saw everything. In a derby, that's a penalty, even if it's not a derby ever. But I mean, even if it's not a penalty in any universe. And manje buku Monyane, watch Monyane. Monyane seems to be inverting because they want to give the line to Lilep. I want to see how that's gonna work. Watch. Wait, but it's not the case. Yeah, now, yeah, it is. Lilepo is starting very wide now on the right and is giving Umonyane that space to run out wide. Which I'm not understanding. I believe that if you're going to play Lilepo, he should be played. Because Monyane has been doing so well running wide and crossing the ball into the box. Now if you're asking him to invert again, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. They're not looking scared, Polokwane City, but we've already discussed Uguti. Chiefs doesn't really necessarily start games on fire and we look like scoring, but we eventually grow into the game and that's when we hit you. That is when we hit you and you don't even know what hit you when we do. What Polokwane City are trying to do to us is clear for all to see. They are trying to win the ball back, hit us on a counter as quickly as possible. We just need discipline in recovering and tracking back. That's all we need, but that's what Polokwane City will keep on trying to do. Umara was saying these ones are coming with tactics. Yeah, they are a better looking team so far. Uskwenza is saying, Pilo, if we win all games, are we going to be on second spot? No, we're not. Even if we win all the games and we take 3 points from Pirates, right now, Pirates, even with us having a game in hand, if we win the game in hand we have on Pirates, that's 49 points. That still puts us 9 points behind Pirates. We beat Pirates, we're 6 points behind Pirates. We win the remaining games, they win the remaining games. We are still 6 points behind them. Unless after we beat them, they lose 2 games. Then we are number 2. But we can't be number 2 even if we are on same points with Pirates. Because they have a very superior goal difference to ours. Pirates have scored 50 goals and conceded 11. That means they have a goal difference of 29. 29 of 39. And then Chiefs have a goal difference. We've scored 28, conceded 14. our goal difference is 14. So for us to be second, Pirates would have to lose 3 games, fourth with ours, which is just not going to happen. Pirates are not going to lose 3 games in 4 matches. That's just not going to happen. Like that does not include Chiefs. So mathematically, it's possible if Pirates lost to us and 3 more games, or 2 more games and drew 1. So like this is like a dream. You see how much we have maths to have to do. Lose to us, we make the gap. If we win today, we go to 49 points. The gap is 9 points. We beat Pirates, then the gap is 6 points. Pirates loses 2 games, we are on the same points, right? So basically we're saying lose to us, that's game 26. Lose 2 more games, 26 and 27. Draw another, then we win all of ours. We're above you even if you win the last one. It's just too much of a hopeful situation. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Umlosh is saying, I'm seeing danger signs. Our rest defense needs to be on point when we are attacking, or when we have a set piece in Polokwane's half. That's true, because you see how quick they are trying to transition. They are very, very good in transition, or they look threatening. That's the word I'm trying to use, because I can't say they are good. They haven't scored. They look threatening. I did say it doesn't matter what the situation is saying. Lilepo will shoot. Lady is saying, let's like and subscribe, Khosi Nation. Yebo. Awuthi ngenze nomlosh na i-moderate. Ngoba no lethu i-moderate. See add more people to, cause senginabantu engibazi ukuthi every live stream they are here. Might as well ngibenza induna yendawo. Uduba. Yo nanti leli khanda lika Kambala. Yo lo mjida lona. I have too much trauma when I see Kambala. Yes. Yazi uKambala, guys, it just never ends. He's like walking trauma. He's a reminder of the fact that we were so close to winning the league, and then it decided otherwise. He scored. His face. It's haunting. Like every time I see this guy, my heart breaks. Damn it. Ay. I don't like him. I'm gonna lie to you. And unesibindi yazi akasabi. Ngeke ngibuka umdlalo ofuna ukuyocela ibhola emaki ukuthi he shows no respect. DJ Motive saying ele looks good so far. They've given Matuludi the captain's armband. They're trying to keep him. If you are Matuludi, though, you know good. I want to leave Pelamanje. Someone must come with the man. Now release umuntu. Oh, Silva lawyer who's trying to get the ball. Oh, Flavio da Silva. I PTSD ngempela ikhona. When you see Kambala, you cannot think of that goal. Like 30 minutes to go, guys. Like 30 minutes. We hold on and we don't concede. We win the league. Oh, we score the second. No. They go on, they concede. My heart. I'm sitting there with my dad and we're watching and I'm like, damn it. Usandile Chiliza umdunge. Uthi mdubu ngenaba coach be-break ama-record. I-Chiefs engakazi iwa-break. It will be fair ukubaxosha like how most of us felt during both of our cup exits. Ewedunge mina inkinga yami ukuthi right now the last 5 games that we've played, this league is messed up. right? The league is messed up. As I was just saying right now, Guti, our last 5 games of the league: Pirates, Sundowns, Sikukune, Amazulu, then Cheap. Those 4 teams are one of the hardest teams in the league, are the hardest teams to beat in the league. Those 4. Somehow they are in line with each other, they're following each other. Which means Chiefs might lose those 4 games in a row or might not perform well 4 games in a row. And then you look at the games that we just won. For starters, within 5 games we played Magesi twice. That shouldn't be happening in a professionally run league. You play the same team twice within 5 games. That shouldn't happen unless maybe we're playing them on match day 13 and like you have played everyone 14, 15, then you go back to them maybe at 19. But last Kulma about playing a team on match day, you haven't played a certain team but you are already on match day 20 and you have to play them twice within a space of 2 weeks. So that means if that's an easy team, you're going to beat them twice. So that skews your results. Number 2, Orbit College. They are fighting relegation. Nabobale Zants. And then we have, so Magesi twice, Orbit College. I think there is also another one of those teams that are relegation bound. So for me, it's like, yes, we won those games, 5 games in a row. That's neat. But we had just come back from losing 5 games in a row. On top of that, being knocked out of a CAF Confederations game or a cup, which we were never supposed to be knocked out of. So if City sobahlalisa because bashaya Magesi kawu-2, bashaya TS Galaxy, which had not won a single game in their past 8 games. So Magesi twice, TS Galaxy no wins in 8 games, Orbit College fighting relegation, and then Durban City dlala nomsangano, but somehow ngoba kuse South Africa ikhona. So sizothi thina ukuskipha kwabo when pressure was at the highest akusacount manje just because we are beating abo Magesi. Because then what happens when the pressure is back on? What happens when we now have to win the MTN 8? We have to win the League Cup, we have to win the FA Cup, we have to win the Confed Cup. So Labo coach, they showed us Uguti, they crack under pressure, and that's the problem I have, Uguti. If we say we're gonna keep them, they will give you problems. So that is my problem. I still feel the same way, but when they do hire them, there's nothing I will do. I will just moan and move on with life. But yeah. UTJ Motives is saying Da Silva is needed next weekend for sure. Akurin Akrimo, I'm glad that he's not injured because when I watched him in the previous game, I thought he was injured or something because he was taken off. So I thought that he was injured when I saw him being taken off in that game. So I'm just glad Uguti that's not the case because we're gonna need him. And then with regards to him, they are coming again in Polokwane City. But I think this is not surprising to any of us, Uguti. They are coming at us. I think I talked about this slow start. Uguti, we don't start games very fast. Teams always attack us in the early stages of games. And then we eventually come back later on in games. They just had it. On squad management, we need to be streamlining our squad for the Pirates and Sundowns games. Have 18 to 20 players that you are playing and preparing them for those two games. Yeah, because, I mean, even the players, they must know, Guti, based on form, these ones are starting. My plan is to take their lunch. You know, I'm fighting to remove. If you are Ndlovu, we are thinking my competition is Ucele in the squad. We're fighting for the same position. If you Ox, you know good you are fighting with Mabuwe. If Simango, you know you are fighting Miguel. If Mayo, you know you are fighting Silva. Kungabi nento yokuthi we mustn't have this thing of, oh yeah, the coaches would probably pick Batman. And then I'm like, but what has Batman done that I've not done? If I'm Chislet, that's what I'm thinking about. I was there on Wednesday, I played. So, Aibo, what has happened to me now that I'm being dropped? Because I haven't done anything wrong necessarily. Because I don't remember him doing anything wrong necessarily, but he's dropped. Now Batman is back. Now the next thing you know, Batman will not be there. So now the question would be, what did I do? I didn't even play the game, but now I'm dropped. I understand. So I just have that. What? Oh, someone is saying sound is gone. I see sound. Sound is gone. Oh, there is sound. Oh, you want to say as lo muntu lo sengize ngizocharge. I see ukuthi this thing still has a battery, but now I'm charging it because you've said. Because you said sound is gone, so now I'm sitting here thinking, okay, you can hear me. Okay, thank you. But now I'm charging it just in case it runs out. Let me charge this other one as well. Okay. Who and Dimlo, you have a problem. Right. Yeah. So now what I'm looking at is, after these 30 minutes, are we going to come back to the game? Because right now we look like we really look like we're under siege. Polokwane City are looking like a better team. But the funny thing is, we will score one goal and all of this will go away. And I think that's one thing that if you are playing as a good team with a lot of good players, one of the things that your coaches will tell you is, nah, relax, just stay in the game. Are you better now, Ndimlo? Because everyone is saying it's fine. Umoleko is saying, Ndimlo was saying we need to score early. The longer we're going without a goal, the harder it's going to be. There's a chance there. Okay. The harder it's going to be for us to close this game. Moleko Amaromo is saying our defense is under siege. Something is not working. Clearly, not defense at center because there is no Ndlovu Omthetho. But they are coming through every side, Moscos. Because right now I'm looking at them. I'm looking now. We're trying to slow down the game. The Msimango punch is scaring me. I almost are saying Kaizer can't deal with pressure and long balls. Now we're trying to switch the ball. I don't like this. This pitch is small. So trying to switch the ball, Like at my club where I coach, there are 3 fields. There is A field, B field, C field. I'm purposely playing on the pitch that is 7 meters shorter because my team presses and my team keeps the ball here. So we want to make the distance as possible so that we press you here, we win the ball here, we destroy you here. So I don't mind the smaller pitch. What a save, my God. Oh, we have a problem. The Piper Ripper saying, I said mid-table team will be our truest test. Now imagine the 2 above us. Yo! That is a good save by Peterson. I saying no link in the middle in front players. It's one of those games where Shabalala will get blamed. Shame Guti. I window to Ncheba Ngempela. That was a good save. Yo, Polokwane. Yazi Polokwane, they are smelling blood. Undlovu, he was 1 yellow card away from suspension. That's why he's not even on the bench. Because imagine risking him here and then he gets a yellow card and then he misses the dab. I think for Undlovu, he's just being kept away so that he can be available for the dab. Let's see. I want us to keep the ball more. Utradeberg was saying these long balls from our centre backs are killing us. That's what tends to happen when we play against a really poor, a better team. Not than us, but a better team. Because when we're playing Magesi, they are just everywhere all the time. But these ones are concentrating 3 players in the middle. So you can't do central progression easily. Umusa saying, then start with Ngobo, not Tele. Now we're going to score. We're going to score. Come on. No, we didn't. Because that's all that it's going to take. 1 chance. I'm telling you now. We're going to get 1 chance. Silva is going to finish it off. And that sometimes become the difference between the bigger team and the smaller team. The bigger team will always take their chances. Smaller team, not so much. Wayanda saying Ngobo would have been a good game for him. No, I think it's good that everyone gets their chance because even with Ngobo, it's always 50. I don't think it's 50-50 with Ngobo. A lot of people don't favor Ngobo manje. So I think even if we give these other ones an opportunity so that people are aware of alternatives and combinations that are there. Yeah. But I hear you. It might have been a good game for him. But I feel like even now, what we are struggling with is also the pressing. The pressing has not convinced me. I don't even know why. Further up the pitch, ibola liyasuka le phezulu until it gets closer to us. Dimlo is saying something's missing, guys. I can't put my finger on it. Ayihlangani lento. Yabo manje, it's the 31st minute. Well, the 32nd minute. It's one where I'm like, okay, hopefully now we are going to start playing because we usually play during this time from the 31st minute onwards. That's where, well, from 31 to 35, that's where most of our goals come from. Umlosh is saying, DJ Motive is saying, I'm happy saying saving Ndlovu for the derby, then have Oaks waiting to come on. Yeah. Umlosh is saying Polokwane is not afraid of us. They are leaving their strikers upfield and they are playing long balls behind our defense, and it's promising. That number 7 really wants a goal. Yeah, because at the end of the day, Chiefs leaves 3 defenders at the back. So that means Chiefs are attacking with 7. But it's actually not 7 because Umabue will stay slightly back. So Chiefs are leaving 4. So effectively they are attacking with 6. So Bona, if they are defending with 8 and leaving 2 up front, they still have a main advantage at the back. So leave your strikers vele and see what's going to happen. See what's going to happen. We have a corner. Wanda saying Duba is quiet. This is going to grow into the game. Remember, we haven't been, what do I even want to say? We haven't been playing the ball so far in this game. So it shouldn't be a surprise that Abu Duba and our attacking players are not getting on the ball because we've not played the ball like it's been Polokwane City for the most part doing the dangerous things. Maybe Tina, we've kept the ball more but not done much with it. Mr. Nice Guy is saying we can't complain that the players are off. We are off. See a lot of the ball. Let's go. Oh. We can't complain that the players are off. We are off. See a lot of the ball. I don't understand. I'm trying to reread it so that I can understand. Can you please know whether there's a mistake there? Bazofuna ukulikhahlela nabo ocela nidlale ibhola madoda. I prefer keeping the ball. They should try goal outside the box. And let's see. Game is opening up. Yeah, we've grown into the game. Pelanabo, ukumbule. This is football. This is a heart. You can't run for 40 minutes. And that's what Chiefs does, Uguti. They know very well, Uguti, a team, even if they start with pace. If we're solid defensively, but manje, if we're playing against idiots who think they can score from an angle, low number 7, wakona lo. Sorry to say, but come on, dude. Usekhoneni of the 18 yard. He wants to shoot from there. He has teammates inside the box. Certain things don't make sense. Khona uceleke namhlanje. Who's more than willing to get on the ball? Sapum. All it takes is one third man combination and we're out. Yeah, so they've swapped again. Utuba is now on the left, on the right. As Squads, we don't know how to break this team down. We seemingly don't know how to break them. Yay. We don't know how to break them. Ngathi we are running out of ideas just a little bit. I'm coming back now. I need to Zothi ngiyabuya like last time. I remember there was a time where I disappeared. Ngabuya sasesikorile or sasesiconcedile. Okay. Ngithi kuzokwenzeka the same thing. Ukuthi I disappear. Is that a goal? Nope. Undimlo is saying the ref is doing his best not to pay attention to tackle against Chiefs. Kodwa we should lean more on our skills and not the refs. Onyama is saying the coaches are busy telling us we play against small teams. It's like we're competing with our age mates. The coaches are busy telling us about stats, but we don't play like a big team when we play against small teams. It's like we are competing with our age mates. I hear you. Because even now, it's unacceptable ukuthi Polokwane City have looked better for the majority of the game, because how can that be? Cornel Kell saying Chiefs looks good when they play, but Chiefs looks good when they play, but they look dangerous. I understand. I do not understand. La. And we're even giving away set pieces, which means that not only are they threatening, they know they are threatening. They feel and look threatening to Polokwane City. So they're forced to Peterson. It's not make sure. They forced our keeper into a brilliant save. Is he gonna shoot from there? He does shoot from there. That's just too ambitious and stupid, to be honest. Wanda is saying, Olampilo, I'm not feeling Khosi right now. I don't think any one of us is feeling Chiefs right now, because we have been bad. Like, we've not done anything in this half. Markat is injured. Oh my days. And you know what's funny? Yesterday I was saying, Guti, if there's a player who needs to be managed, it would be Markat, because he's played a long time. I thought if you're going to bring back Simango, you keep Miguel because he's played the other games. So now this is scary, because this means Msimango will play with Miguel if Makati, okay, he's standing up. But he starts feeling it. He starts feeling it like this, then we have a problem. What is he saying? He's looking across. He shouldn't force it to have a derby next week. He's going to continue. Yabona manje anxious ngempela. Charles is saying they are outplaying us when it comes to passes, and they're saying they must stop with these fouls. One they're saying they haven't connected yet, and it's the 42nd minute. Homework is saying, imagine if it was Vum, how the game would be over. The game would have been over a long time ago. Maraba is saying, out of all the games we've played since Pirates, this is the only one that has managed to give me a bit of anxiety. Yeah, Miguel is coming on. They are not taking that risk. Miguel is coming on. So Miguel is coming on in the 43rd minute. That is crazy. It changes everything, manje, because it also changes how the subs are managed. We might see a substitution at halftime as well because we've used a substitution spot. But the nice thing is that, and I don't even remember when he got injured. I actually want to see. I don't even remember. Are they about to score? No. I'm making my notes for after the game. Yeah, this has been a true snooze fest. Because right now I'm just looking at what is actually our plan. Like, do we even look like we can head this team? And the answer is a resounding no, unless of course Monyane goes in, but it does not. So that ends. But about Duba, Duba Bafetsu is one of those players that he's very good at. We lose the ball, he's gonna press you. He's aggressive. He has the arrogance of I play for Chiefs, the ball is ours. If we lose it, I'm going to try and win it back. So he makes it very easy to play because he's a Monyane, take that shot, son. He's a player who, in every way that you can think of, because he does score still, but that pressure is the reason why we even had a chance against Sundowns, because he's there, we're winning the ball. Yeah, Duba is an actual Chiefs player. Ukonan is saying Chiefs looks good when they play the ball, but Polokwane City looks dangerous. Oh, I hear you, but do we look good? I don't think we look good because we are not penetrating them. Ebola is circulating between center backs, but from there, it just does not seem like anything else that we're doing. It doesn't. And I'm saying I really like YouTuber. Konokal, if we lose McCarthy, we're going to be in for it. 1 minute added on, and now it's finishing. So the ref is just going to end the game, isn't he? So I'm busy waiting for the whistle. That attack is over, man. Half time. Right, so it's half time, and what a game. Like, it's like, what is this? It's not been good at all. It's not. So, half time, big talking point, I think, is not even the fact that we've just been touched all over by Polokwane City. We have not looked threatening. We've not gone forward. And we have not done anything to say we want to win this game. So now we just wait for the second half to see what is going to happen in the second half. I understand isisumpilo. Why Solomon Gonje? Axis is saying, Ola coach, what's in Axis? Ola coach, the players and Kaizer are all thinking about next week. I don't think their hearts are in this match. No, their hearts are definitely in this match, my brother. It's just that they are in a situation whereby they are playing a better team, because we've been playing teams that are up. Magesi twice, Orbit, TS Galaxy. Those are not really teams that you can say they are doing very well, right? So that's part of it. We're playing a trash team. No, not a trash team. We're playing a better organized team compared to the teams that we've played before. And as a result, we are now in a situation whereby we don't look as good, right? We don't look as good. So that's the thing. And then Solomons, I think, is injured. I'm just glad we didn't consider Gushumaraba. Our teacher Motive is saying, you are right, Mpilo. It's a definite snooze first, and City looks dangerous going forward. Yeah, Tina, we look like we just can't do anything to them. We can't lay a hand on them. Whenever we get on the ball, they are just giving the ball to us. They're like, nah, it's fine, have it. They decided before the game started, Uguti, okay, gents, listen up. We're not going to try and fight Chiefs and press them aggressively in their half. We're just going to let them play in their half, and we're going to decide just that we are going to defend our own half. We'll leave you alone with your half and focus on our half. And you can clearly see that there's no pressure, not much pressure and aggression on us on our half. So we move the ball around within defenders. But now when you have to penetrate either to playing the ball to Umthetwa, not Umthetwa, no, Mabuwe, nothing happens there. Even if they try to play forward passes, go Mtutuzi. Like Mtutuzi, I barely saw him, because that midfield area by Polokwane City is very congested. So we can't do anything there. They are not allowing that. That's why Ulilepo, we saw him beginning of the game. But as the game continued, then there was nothing, right? There was just nothing. So I think that it's just exposing what we've been worried about, Abo. It's just exposing what a lot of us have been saying, good to know. Yes, we won the games. Yes, it's important that we won the games. But ultimately, you also have to think about who are we playing. Because then now, at the first sign of a decent opponent, look what happens. Right? We're not saying now, but they are the best thing since peanut butter and, but we're just saying that they are considerably far better than, what's the name of the teams, than the likes of Orbit College, than the likes of, why am I forgetting the names now? But they are better basically than these other teams that we've been playing over the past few weeks. So we are now in that situation where it feels like, hey, what is this? Teams can play. And I'm actually glad that we played Polokwane City before Pirates. Because imagine if we had played another weak team.
Going too much
if we had
forward.
played another weak team, what they would have done is take us to a derby with this thing of not knowing how a good team can play like, right? Or a decent team at least. Then we meet a really good team in Pirates, and then now we have a problem. So I am grateful for this match because it's helping us. It's helping us. Petolo, yeah, I've already said what I think about the game. Hamstring injury for McCarthy, damn it. Oh, ngabu grade baningi because phela now ama hamstring injury they have different grades. Oh, matung. I hope it's nothing serious. I hope it's really not anything serious that would be of concern. Because we can't not have McCarthy next. We can, but I would rather we had him, right? I would rather he was there. That to me makes more sense if we have him available for that game, given how important it is. And the fact that he's been playing all along, So we need McCarthy to recover. I hope that it's nothing serious. I hope it's a precaution more than anything. Yeah, Petolo, I've answered what I think about the first half. Umlos is saying, Coach Puti Muhafe is so underrated. This guy knows football. I'm also guilty of underestimating him when he took over 3 seasons ago as caretaker coach. You can just see their tactical clarity. Yeah, one thing I always say about coaches is the fact that what you want sometimes is not even a team that will, how can I put this? A team that will be blowing everyone out of the water. But you want a team that has an idea. You can see what, okay, this is what they're trying to do, right? And you can see what clear they have an idea, because they are very vertical. They get the ball, they go forward. They are trying to go forward as quickly as possible, hit you as quickly as possible. Because now you are attacking them. They are like, okay, at this moment in time, this person, this team is disorganized. Let's hit them. And you can clearly see that's what they want to do. Konen Gudle is saying Ellen Mabue are too similar kind of to play them both in the middle. DJ Motive is saying nothing to write home about. Petolo, that changed. We are not balanced, but we are balanced but not dangerous. I would like you to elaborate on that. We are not dangerous, I agree. But in terms of balance, what are you referring to? Because Charles is saying we can definitely pick up. We just need that one goal. And I think shots from a distance will help because their marking is quite tight. Uluvu is saying we're huffing and puffing and playing a lot of back passes. Polokwane City wants to catch us on a counter, and when we go forward, we rush our passes. And now this is going to be that big problem. Because now, remember, since it's been clear, like to you guys, as you're already saying, it's been clear that Polokwane City are trying to hit us on counters, which means that Chiefs might now try to not be so exposed at the back. And the problem with trying to not be so exposed at the back is that it might lead to being too, what's the word? Pragmatic, right? So we might now see a Chiefs that's going to try and avoid conceding. And in doing that, the problem is now you are avoiding to concede a goal, but, by doing that, you're also not going forward to try and score your own goals. So it's going to be one of those telling decisions from the coaches. Are they going to say, okay, screw this, we are going to try and go for it because we see that they're trying to hit us on counters. Let's try and protect the ball better, move it better, score, and, put pressure back on them again in a sense that they now have to also not just depend on their counters. They now have to depend also on their whole play, and we hit them again. But if we're in a situation whereby we're like, okay, guys, we did a good job by not conceding, let's not concede, this is... we should say, yeah, let's go for the goal. Let's go for the goal. Uri Hamuetso is saying, I think Tele and Mabuya are on another level. We must just give it some time. Lungelo is saying, what's your take on this, Mpilo? Are we winning it? Not based on what we saw in the first half. If we make some adjustments, like keeping the ball better, moving the ball better, stop this thing of kicking the ball, then we have a good chance. But if we continue with this thing of trying to find diagonals, this is a small pitch. You're not going to find all of that space. It's not FNB. Ulindo Utle is saying, good game for Tele and Mabuwe. We only need that spark in the final third. Oflips is saying, this is disappointing because these guys should take shots outside the box and stop playing these stupid back passes all the time. The other thing is Monyane wasting a lot of balls. Molele Kwane Marume is saying, if we don't come back with tactical and personal changes, we will lose this game or play a draw. Something needs to change for us to start threatening. And the funny thing is, I think the thing that they might change or will change is Ucele, because I think I've seen it with Chiefs. Whenever there's something that does not happen, maybe someone will say rightfully so, but the first person to be taken off is usually the midfield, or at least it's usually Ungcobo when Ngcobo is playing. If Ngcobo is playing, that's what usually happens. And then Asandin is saying, I think put in Dlovu, wait 10 minutes and put in Frost. Guys, so uzomkhipha, we have 2 substitution spaces left. We can't make and just wait. Because Undlov akekho even on the bench. Let's start there. But secondly, there must be a purpose behind every sub you make. You can't say, let's just linde kancane asifake omunye. Because phela what if Undlovu changes the game? You can't go to a game already knowing what subs you're going to make. What if we need to put in a second striker and change the formation? Sometimes even within the way that we're playing, we might have to change the structure on the ball, off the ball. Force them to press differently. Because right now we have 3 center backs behind the ball. So that means that we don't have enough threatening people between the lines. And they don't even bother. The moment one of our pivots drops to try and collect the ball, it kind of triggers the press, if you notice. Then they will follow him. They just don't want us to play in the middle. So they are following pivots. They are not allowing our 6s to get on the ball as much as they would like. Opole is saying, we are playing bad. They must take out Tele, bring in Mtetwa to stabilize midfield with Mabuwe, then put in Velepai. Velepai is not on the bench, is he? Let me check. I thought he wasn't. Let's see. Is he on the bench? He thought he wasn't. Yeah, Velepa is not on the bench. Velepa is not on the bench. Oh, the game is back. Look at that. Let's see now, Guti Baspatelin. Let's see what the coaches said to them at halftime. I still have a problem with the instructions that are given to Mtutu's, because you can clearly see that his initial briefing is not help the midfielders play, but it's more like go forward, go high, help us with options. That seems to be the case. Yeah, there are no changes at halftime. Ulilepo is back on the left again. So basically they just swapping. The ball has started with us. We can't rush to make subs right now as the team is already destabilized by a forced change. Yeah. So far, I don't think the problem is the personnel playing. The problems are tactical. We need to see how quickly these coaches adapt their game plan, which is important if we are keeping them. I agree. I think, you remember, I sound like a broken record sometimes when I say these things. One of the things I've been saying is that when there's something that's not working for you Chiefs, even in previous games, usually they will just make a sub, which won't solve anything if the problems are structural. Because you can bring on someone who likes to attack and attack the space, but you are playing against a team that's playing a low block. Like here, Lava, I don't want to characterize what I'm seeing as a mid block, because whenever we're building up, they drop. They don't wait for us, like in our third. Haibo, Watchalong trapper, as they almost hit us again. They almost hit us again. That guy just failed to trap. Ukhamba la kahle uyalazi ibhola yazi. Uyalazi ibhola. So they are again still attacking us in the first 3 minutes of this half. It's still them again. Yabo ba careful kanjani. I'm not watching the match. Are there any changes? No, Itatori, my brother, there are no changes. They just brought back the same team, and as it stands right now, Polokwane City are still attacking us. Lip is saying it's disappointing because these guys should take. Oh, ngifundile le. It's a yellow card for who? And these guys are even fouling us because they just see Uguti. When we try to get out, they are the ones who are conceding tactical fouls. Because usually, usually the bigger team ends up conceding tactical fouls because they are trying to stop counters. Oh, that's not a good tackle. That is not good at all. Yo, can't even look at it. Was he late or he just left something there? It just looks like that tackle Gamapangul. It's not red card, but it's bad. It's borderline. Lungan is saying tough game. I don't think we will win unless we are lucky and they don't use their chances. And what I also know is that it does. There is an argument. If he was sent off, yeah. Yo. Okay, 5 minutes back in the game. Oh, sawudlala umhlangano. Yeah, Yabona, if there are things that Polokwane City won't allow, they are not allowing us to play, especially around their box. Is that Duba with the yellow card? It is Duba. Is it? Or is it Mabu? I'm looking at Mabu saying yellow card. I'm holding my breath, which it doesn't say misses next match. Yo, I was gonna cry. Because it's like, what do you mean Mabu will miss the next match? Of all the games that he can miss, yo. Tomorrow, I mean, next week is not one of them. Itatori saying, I have a fear we'll lose this game, but the likely possibility is a draw. Are trying to hit that space behind, but they've just recovered. All right, we are going forward again. And we are also fouling them, Shem. Mekwele has already fouled someone. I thought Tori saying he has a fear that we are going to lose or draw. Yeah, it's a reality that's starting to creep in, Uguti. That might just happen. But there is a chance. Silva, the keeper gets there. Molelekwa is saying Simango is not improving. There is no reason to renew his contract with this kind of performance game after game. Cross, I hope you saw the person behind you. Thank you. Umuntu phela kumele stretch back from time to time. And we're still going direct from goal kicks. As the big team that we are. I still don't get that. Personally. Personally, I don't get that. I'm stretching. Because wow, sitting here for 3 hours just watching the game. Oh, man. Oh, almost considered. Uyindoda untshebe ngempela. Mr. Nice Guy is saying we look like we are playing for a draw. No one is looking interested to winning today. This is where we need to change our tactical approach. Invert cross when we have the ball. Push Mabue to play double 10 with him to Zebi's 2-2-4. Oh. Utandega is saying I'm a player flat. I'm listening to Mlos. We were explaining an idea that since these coaches took over, I've never seen anything that is different from this change into some sort of a 3-4-2-1 shape when we have the ball. That's all we do. That's the only way that our team plays. There's no other way that we play. We play like this. The only thing that changes is, okay, we're going to invert. Almost scored an own goal. We invert the winger sometimes the right back stays wide, sometimes the right back goes into the half space, but nothing else changes. There's no much flexibility. Nelson is saying hi. Hi. We are giving these coaches too much freedom. We're giving these guys too much freedom on the ball. Yeah, our press is not really aggressive, is it? Our midfield lacks energy. What kind of a throw-in is that? Did he not do this, that guy? We need players like Velepa in this game, and he's not even in the bench. Players are standing up to warm up. Sereno can make a difference today. Kusho UTJ motive. I will tell you now outside foot pass yo. Yabo makuthiwa akuhlangani. Usuke kukhulunywa ngento ekanje. Akuhlangani and akuhlangani ngempela. It's just not working, Bona, it looks like they are trying, but it's just like nothing is coming off. Ulet is saying, just go off topic. Uyawazi amasalamusi. Konjena amasalamusi. Nokuthakatha kodwa phakathi. Is it not about ikolosho? I think you wrong pass from Lilep. In the midfield, we're lazy today. We need Ox. Nikokele is saying now we are playing a top 8 team and the results are here for all to see. We last played a top 8 team against Durban City and the game was like this. So we look like a big team as like amateam amancane kakhulu and then not bigger teams better teams then look even better. Cabanga ke bigger and better teams, Pirates and Sundowns, ukuthi bazosenzana. Ngiyakhumbula ukuthi game ye-Durban City, people were talking about how lackluster it was. Shabalala is off, we need to substitute him. Lilepo score, he misses. That was a good closing down. I think that's another thing that we defenders need to be given credit for. For defenders, it's not just about you tackled, you won the ball back. In some cases, it's about uphazamsile. How? Your dad got camper is salamuzi, sorry for you. So, oh, I know that thing. Guti Bayaba, they make you, what, like dizzy or not see certain things. Sereno is coming on, triple change for Chiefs. I know that thing. I've heard about it a lot. Guti, they will target you and uzulelwe ikhanda nje ungaboni kwenzakaleni, and then you are done for. I'm sorry, man. Yo, that actually does suck. Actually does suck. Ukuscamwa nje in general sucks. But when you feel like your mind is taken, like someone took over your mind, that is even worse. They took how much money? How much money did they take from him? Shabalala is also off. Interestingly, Batman is playing on the... Let me see. Batman seems to be playing as a right winger. Wait, is he? Sereno looks like he's on the left. Is he? But I'm trying to confirm. I'm just going to put him down as a 10 Batman here because it's Lilepo's out there. Let me confirm something. Triple change on the 63rd minute. Bartman. I was confirming that it's 1A. Now here he came on the 63rd minute. Who's the last one? Tuba went off and then Sereno. So now we can only make one more change. Can make one more change. We've used 4. They are trying to inject energy. Wrong pass from Lilepo there. Ndikokile is saying, oh, I read that one. Musa is saying Shabalala, okay, saying Fundila. Ayabafethu Cele, he is threading the passes, which is not good enough in the final third. Wayabongwa is saying Lilepo, uyalwela angeke, cut back and see what is going to happen. Tabiso Munare is saying that there we need Chislet for some creativity. Luke is on the pitch. Ulet is saying, I can't believe. Mayo is playing. Ulet. And daughter, nice. That's all I can say because it's a difficult thing that when you realize with you that thing actually happened to me, you're like, kanjan mar. Kanjan. Haribone. Did Sereno handle that ball? Yeah, he did. I saw him. I saw his arm go out. And just like any player, he denies that he did it. And the funny thing is, I'm looking at ama diagonals, the Polokwane City. They are actually doing them, right? They are able to get the passes from their diagonals. And Tina, we couldn't. I would be surprised as if I see Matuludi at Polokwane City next season. Because it's either they really want to hold on to him or they're just stupid. Because that guy runs his contract down, he ends up leaving. Oh, Kaizer is pissed off today. I don't know how many times I've seen him. He usually sits and then he stands up. That's the only time that guy stands up. Masekmela to uref. Hayi. Usubona ngama-sponsor amaningi nje ukuthi Chiefs, but ibhola edlalwa lapha you can say Polokwane is the bigger team. And today they are actually playing the second half. They are even better. And what I don't like is people saying, the team was performing because the pitch in Nabo, they play in the same pitch most. And yes, it's their home pitch, so if it's nonsense, they're used to the nonsense. But if the pitch is difficult to play, why would you then be constantly spamming diagonals? And abengcoma ama-diagonals abo ngithi they were working. And now they've just started making bad ones. Original Timber Knight is saying Ellen Mabua worked beautifully, but you need that midfielder. Maybe Ngobo or as another 8. Play without a 10. Mr. Nice Guy is saying Cousin Khalil are frustrated there, knowing that the job is gone after today. No, that job is not going to be gone after today. Not after they won those 5 games. Those 5 games were a game changer for those 2. So manje, I have not gotten my hopes high because I know. Chiefs needs quality players, Mpilo. Chiefs needs quality coaches, my brother. Or a quality coach. One. Doesn't have to be multiple with the title co in front of you. How many shots are they gonna take? So sesosindela a set piece or a moment of brilliance. Phela manje you have 20 minutes left in this game. $20. And unless we come up with something quite extraordinary in the remaining minutes, then we are done for. Utabang is saying, what are the guys that just entered doing because Polokwane City is really dominating? Nothing. Mlos is saying that Coach Puti Mohafe on fire. The co-coaches are being dominated tactically. Kande lot of esasamakhanda amabili. But Cross won the ball cleanly there. He won it cleanly. He got the ball there. I don't know what they are talking about. He didn't touch him at all. Yeah, Cross is working overtime, shame. Not the ref is against us. Oh, crazy. Not we get our own set piece. Yeah, this game is continuously looking like it might get decided by a set piece. Cross is my man of the match today. I think I can agree with you. There's been a lot of defending that has been done. But you know these ones. I think the man of the match from Chiefs, yeah, it would be Cross maybe. Or even Peterson, because he's made, yeah, but not a lot of saves, but the few that he did make were significant. But I agree with you, Cross has been one player that she stood out from Chiefs. But from the game as a whole, I think the man of the match should come from them. What a save. But it's a save. He took another good free kick. Ulilep. Can we score? Nope. Okres is saying, playing like this, we're not ready for the derby. The thing is, we've been saying it. I think Ulilepo missed there. From this angle, looked like the keeper touched it. He didn't. It hit the top of the post. The keeper didn't touch it at all. It would have been a good save though. Yeah, that's not a save, that's just a miss. Let me tell these boys before I forget. And in settings, I don't want to hear excuses. I get a text from one of these boys saying he has to go somewhere. Which is just crazy. Umlosh is saying if we're a qualified ST would be signing a new coach Monday morning. I don't even think he knows what metrics I used to evaluate this technical team. It's wins and vibes. Wins and vibes. If it's just vibes, it's just vibes. So, bas subject target to mediocrity. It's the nature. As I've been looking at these Polokwane, some of the throw-ins they are taking, they look like foul throws. It's like the ball is slipping from their hands. They just don't look like throw-ins that are taken by professional players. Cross is definitely pushing TJ Motive, and then Tabang is saying, truly speaking, I haven't seen Batman and Mayo since they came in. That's what I said to Guti. If you keep on changing players when the problems are not even personnel but tactical or structural, you're gonna end up changing the entire team and you have not fixed the fundamental issue. And then next is original team, like saying against Pirates, maybe midfield of Kaizer, Ox, and Mabuwe. I don't even know what's gonna happen. They must just bring on Frost Lamanje because Monyane seems to be injured. And if he's injured, or there's even a slight concern, take him off. Uput is sitting there. Is number 7. Valley is never gonna catch up with us. We are 7 points clear of the team that's behind us. They are not catching up, and we have a game in hand on them. We are going to play against them as well. Nesikukune nayo, so uThera sengabahambe kade sisho mos. Kade sisho boss ukuthi abahambe. Lodge is saying they usually say every player wants to play the dub and they usually perform in the game before the dub. If that's true, these players don't want to play in the dub. Vele. we lost momentum after the substitution. That's the funny thing, Guti. Not me being engako, but even it's weird, Guti. These coaches always manage to make the game worse with their substitutions. It's crazy. It is crazy. Lilepo is not offside. Yo, Shem, I feel for those people. Because they were there Wednesday. They saw Chiefs perform. And then they are now subjected to this. But offside, was it? Look at the officials not wearing weird colors. Simple black with white stripes. Okay, that's a clear offside. My preferred midfield combo. They did not start it. For Pirates, I prefer starting with Ox no Mabuwe because we need a destroy. And then Umduduzik as the third one. Otherwise, any other game, Umabuwe no Ngcobo, I've seen them play just fine. But one midfield combo that I really liked, Ugutige Manchege, it's not likely going to happen, was that of Cele and Ngcobo. But man, you can't drop Mabuwe. So what I would do at this point, I can play all three of them. Mabuwe, Cele, Ngcobo. Those three. In any other game, but against Pirates and Sundowns, I play Ox. Ox has to be there against Pirates and Sundowns. Any other game, I can bench him or bring him on when we are leading 1-0, 2-1, 3-2. We need to, or if we need to shut down the midfield of another team. But in regular games, the ref almost slipped and fell there. As I'm looking at Mayo play a cross, and I'm like, we've not seen crosses in this game the entire time. Olisi is saying, Mpilo today Chiefs is not playing. And then Umlos is saying, you can't solve tactical problems with subs. How many times are we going to blame players for not impacting the game when our coaches are being spanked tactically? Like they've not solved the problems at all. Nanti Cole, he should have scored there. Should have scored. Abone quality ayikho. Utabang is saying emotional roller coaster as a Gold Reef City. Ibo, I said I was gonna send this guy, the scout, a number of this other coach. They almost buried us. They should have. Tabang is saying Amisi Gotaro's magnetic shoes are really needed. Pamshiu they missed. He was there until the end. There was good running, Paumikwel. Hey, I just sent the wrong number. Who are they taking off? Finally, they're taking off Umunyan, who I thought they were going to bring on all along when I saw Munyan go down. Now they're giving Frostlight the last 4 minutes. That to me does not make any sense. Messi Daro's magnetic shoes. Okay, saying you found the comment. What am I looking for? Coach Moses. Utabang saying they will kill us just thinking of bringing Frosler now. Asking about City should be 2 up in this game. Yeah, and don't think Pirates will let us leave. Don't think Pirates will let us leave. Because they won't. They're not going to get chances. Mfukeng is going to be in that position. We really don't need lazy Frostline in this game. These guys have speed. Chris is saying streak is finished. It had to end. It's easing us into Pirates so that if or when Pirates beats us, we are ready. Apelila Makole. How did you fit Mayo in this team? What's missing tactically? Are you asking me? If you're asking me, for me, inking is iqala from our first attackers, the defenders. They are told to try and kick the ball forward too quick. But the second problem that we have is then you have the 10 dropping too deep. I mean, not dropping, trying to go forward way too early, which supports what the defenders are trying to do, which is to go long. But if we're the team, and it then means that if Umayoge is not getting the ball because it's being kicked long all the time, he's never going to be in the game. So you need to start having a team that plays the ball. However, ucele bamjika wahlala phansi. Guys, we are under siege the whole game. The whole game. Bamhlalisa phansi ucele. So it's a double be funeral for us. We are not competitive, to be honest. But guys, we've been saying these things in the Uguti abahambe still, because we knew Uguti against better teams, it's not going to be the same. And this, by definition, a top 8 team is a better team to everyone we've been playing. I'm just grateful Uguti we have that. I'm grateful Uguti we have Peterson in goal today, not to Bruce. Andimlo saying the biggest difference between Pirates and Chiefs is consistency. The biggest difference between Pirates and Chiefs is the coach. One team has translators masquerading as coaches, and the other has offside lo muntu. Kunomuntu wide ofuna ibhola wena uliphasa through. Badlali bebhola nababo nje amakhanda abasangana. Yabona if we're playing a good team that ingabe siphelile thina. We would be finished. And the ref even now is doing us a favor, not adding 5 minutes, because you just wonder, could we survive 5 more minutes in this game? Sure as hell doesn't look like it. I would laugh actually if Chiefs all of a sudden came up with a goal. It would be so crazy. And now the conversation would shift and people will say, oh, but sometimes you have to grind results. And I'm like, grind result one. We're not playing Sundowns here or Al Ahly in Egypt. We're playing we're playing a freaking Polokwane City. So don't make it seem like now this is like the hardest game of the season. Oh yeah. Now, Polokwane City, they don't have see the unique opportunity they have to beat Chiefs here. It's fair to say basiyekile. Oh. I pelele game because I'm tired of watching this in any case. We want to go play in CAF Champions League with this. Exactly. Wake up is saying when we tell people that these coaches are not good enough, they say we are being negative. This is what we meant. Exactly. Like you can't. I hate that we won't win this game, but I think it's necessary because people have amnesia about how ordinary these coaches can look. Yeah, but even here they will say you guys were quiet in the first 5 games, but we know we're not quiet. We've been saying the same thing. Linda Charlie just comes in to say boring. It really does suck, doesn't it? Imagine if we press here and we win the ball back at that moment. Just end the game, ref. There's no need, much. Because no one's going to do squat in this game. The game is over. Thank you guys for joining me. I will record a post-match reaction now. So see you in about 10-15 minutes. Bye-bye.